Having answered 84,000 customers, that learns to slow down his heartbeat, which is how perfect will. Using somebody as an astral platform, he goes from illumination to union.
Call as soon as you call in.
Okay, I'm calling now.
Okay. 888-775. So she think that this is Mexican Day or something? This is Columbus Day. What's that? Keaton, a first-time caller out of Arizona. Keaton, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hello, Jesse.
Hey, Keaton.
Can you hear me all right?
Go ahead.
So I was just calling in with a quick compliment for you here, Jesse. But first, I wanted to ask what you think about Redbar.
Who is that?
You know who Redbar is.
Hold on a minute. I don't know who Redbar is. 888-775-3773.
Got the Yeezy pods on. Gotta have the Yeezy pods for the Jesse Lee boss battle that's about to happen. Jesse Lee troll boss battle. Maybe it won't be a boss battle. Maybe we'll get along. We'll see here. But you gotta be prepared for worst. For the worst. When it comes to the notorious Jesse Lee Peterson here. I gotta be careful. Let's see how this goes. Been on hold for an hour and 45 minutes. I better be the next caller.
If a man let a woman beat him, you know you made her.
Let me take a call while they're coming in. Keaton is out of Arizona. Keaton, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Good morning, Jesse.
Good morning, sir.
I had spoken to you very briefly a couple of days ago, but there's a little miscommunication, so we put the kibosh on it. I think I have a good question for you now.
Okay.
So what are your thoughts on pantheism? And have you even heard of pantheism?
I have not.
Okay, so from the pantheist perspective, God could be said to be simply everything that exists. Do you have a problem with this?
They say that God is what now? Everything that exists?
Yes. So from this perspective, God can be 100% proven to exist. Because God is simply everything that exists.
I don't know what they mean by that, so I can't really. You know what they mean by that, Hake? You ever heard that?
I've heard of it, but I don't know much about it. Or
Yeah,
what it,
I'm just not. Oh, I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
or
Go
what
ahead.
it means.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with it, Keaton, so I can't. I don't know what they mean by that. Are you a pantheism?
I would say so, yes, because it seems, let's see if you agree with this. It seems that the first thing we have to establish if we're debating God's existence, what definition of God are we talking about? Because there's so many different ones, right?
Right, but you're not supposed to debate God's existence.
Well, I agree. I believe that I can prove God exists 100%.
But you can't prove it. And you're not supposed to try to prove it.
From this perspective, if you say God is everything that exists, isn't it self-evident at that point?
No.
So if we say a shoe is this thing you put on your foot, and then we say that is a shoe.
Right, but the shoe wouldn't be everything.
No, we're just talking about this definitional argument where we're saying this is the definition.
Right. But you should never try to prove God's existence. And because God only appears to those who want to see him and want to know him. And most human beings don't want to know God. They love evil, and so they don't want to know God. So why waste your time trying to prove anything to them?
So I'm not super familiar with your full beliefs on God. I heard your discussion of this, what is it, the silent prayer?
That's when you surrender to God by letting go, surrender completely.
So your version of God, what is this prayer?
Go to rebuildingtheman.com/prayer and check it out and let me know what you think about it. I think once you see it and do it, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm sure that your fan base is probably already aware. So
Yeah.
maybe it would be best to just keep explaining it like that.
Yeah, let me know. I got to take a break. Thank you, Keith. Back in a moment, folks. Back in a
You
moment.
just hung up on me. I didn't get to mention Redbar. I didn't get to. That is a shame. I wanted to bring back that Redbar, call it back. But I think he couldn't handle the smoke there. He knew what he was dealing with. And didn't want to continue the call. That's a shame. That's a shame. At least I have it on video here that he did hang up. But it was important for me to talk to him, at least try to talk to him, because he is one of the important, funny agitators of our time. So, had to give it a shot, but that's how it went. You saw it here on Cult Meeting Podcast.
Matematika,
spend it on equipment for things like firefighting. Everything here we have to do ourselves. No one is coming to help us. We will do it to build infrastructure, to build an economy, to help the kids in the schools and to help poor people for housing because the government is rejecting them. So those are the ways that people can contribute to Orania, to the growth of Orania, the defense of Orania, and building out this community so that others can follow suit. Pardon, was that a domain name? You said www.orania what? Yes, so it's www.orania.co.za. Thank you. Is that clear now? Yeah, I think that should be clear for our viewers too. Repeat it. Orania.co.za.
International people.
That is correct.
That's correct. Amazing. Well, you have made my day. Thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity, and thank you for giving us a stage while the world denies us the opportunity to speak about the things happening here. I appreciate the opportunity to speak freely.
Absolutely, and we will have you back.
Thank you.
Thank you, buddy. Amazing. 888-775-3773. 888-77-Jesse. Let me go to the busy phones. Let me go to Phoenix, Arizona, and talk to Keaton. Keaton, welcome to the show. You're on the air. Thanks for holding.
Good morning, Jesse. I
Keaton?
really enjoyed that.
Conversation with the South African guy.
Keaton, Keaton?
Hello, Pete. Can you hear me?
I
Can you
can
hear
now. Welcome to the show. Are you on Bluetooth or something?
Oh, would you like me to put it closer to my ear just so I can read this? I just had this idea I wanted to run by you.
Okay.
That I think God loves internet trolling and uses it to create beautiful things in society. God loves internet trolling. He kind of uses it to make everyone smarter. It's the smartest type of comedy, the trolling aspect of comedy. And it's the rabble rousers like yourself, the agitators, the high-level agitators like yourself, Jesse, that they keep us going.
Amazing.
And, I wanted to ask, who are 2 or 3 high-level troll HLT revolutionaries that are near and dear to you?
I can't think of one because I don't pay attention to trolls and all that. So I don't really understand that. So I'm not able to respond to that because I have nobody in mind right now. What did you think about that interview with the guy from South Africa right now?
So it's sort of just a synonym for agitator. You had brought up in that interview how you asked him about the name calling, right?
Yes.
And so that's a big part of it. Like, people have to accept that these words are not as powerful as you think. It's just trolling. As long as it's not violent and for a cause that God supports, like what you're doing. I do consider you to be a high-level troll, sir. That's a good thing.
Well, now, and you're right about word. Word is just a word. And if people were not, if they were not emotional, if they didn't have an ego, they would not be affected by words at all. But their words hurt their egos, and they think that they're being hurt by words when it's not. Keisha, let me ask, and then I got to run, and you waited so long. I do appreciate that. What's wrong with the blacks?
Well, it could be a matter of the blacks, or it could be a matter of that's just the community you were among that you noticed it in. But it all comes down to that word thing. If you get upset over words, which blacks are one to do, it's possible that it's more in that community. I have not seen the numbers, but it's definitely possible.
Oh, amazing.
It's a matter of fixing this issue of getting upset over words.
Yeah.
And you're one of the few people who are saying that. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Have a great day. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you so much, buddy. He's right. You got to overcome words. When you overcome thoughts and emotions, you will overcome words. A word is just a word. And white people have been manipulated and controlled by that word for 70 years or so now. And look what it has done to my country. Let me go.
Having answered 84,000 buses, governors to slow down and salty, which is how it's built. Using somebody as an astral platform, he goes from illumination to union.
All as soon as you call in.